welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out again this week. We're slowly making our way across the island to the tower. We've picked up a couple of friends along the way. Some old comrades from apparently the Dwarf War. Orm has no idea what the Dwarf War was, but he just nods sagely whenever it's brought up. And hopefully we'll continue into the next district, Rodrigo.
That's right. So you guys squeak by the security at a busy hoity-toity bazaar and make your way over to another district. When you walk past the bazaar, because this time you guys were all very focused on the potential edge of the district, you guys all kind of notice that you do in fact go somewhere else. Here you see several wooden buildings on kind of this above ground stone foundations. So these are kind of tall, sort of apartment-y looking buildings or like townhouses that have these like stone brick kind of bases. But perhaps more importantly, that what you immediately see is what you immediately smell when you walk into this district, which is that you smell fire. It smells like something's burning.
That can't be good.
Maybe this is the battle we're trying to find? Being hopeful here?
Is there like a lot of smoke that we can see, or can we see the fire directly?
You can't, because you, the way that you had to go to get out of the district, you end up in kind of a courtyard. With a bunch of other buildings. So there's nothing visible. Buildings are kind of obscuring. You need to kind of walk between the buildings and deeper into the district to tell. You can, you don't see the smoke, but you sense it. That sort of thing where maybe your eyes are starting to sting a little. Or, it's a little harder to breathe. Not significantly, not a way that affects you mechanically, but definitely you can tell that something significant is on fire, or maybe several somethings significant are on fire.
But we can't see the fire.
Not immediately, no.
And I think try to maybe move in the direction of it, to try to get a sense of what's going on here.
Okay.
But cautiously.
Okay. As you move, you see that these buildings are pretty cool. They've got most of them are between 3 and 5 stories tall, and they have these tall triangular roofs, and the majority of them have these big weather vanes. It's like kind of a thing, like sometimes you'll get into a town and there'll be like a bunch of like horses or like pigs in the streets that that are like fiberglass and they've like painted them.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently this neighborhood is into their weather vanes, so you do see a lot of them. Also, you're all very aware that the wind appears to be gently blowing towards you guys. And as Little Sparkle comes around the corner, she can see that. She sees a couple open weather vanes, and she sees one weather vane that's sort of currently occupied, in the sense that there is a drider, so a half drow, half spider, so the kind of like a centaur, except the bottom half is spider, except instead of horse. That is skewered through one of the weather vanes, one of the more closer to the ground ones, because some buildings have multiple ones. It appears to be dead, and like somebody pinned it for their bug collection.
Good work, Weathervane.
Yeah.
She'll look back to the dwarves. Does that look like anything anyone on your unit could have done?
I mean, we did bring some ladders, but that seems like an unnecessary amount of work.
Fair. All right. Maybe something big. Maybe the troll. Do you think it was the troll?
We didn't bring the troll.
Oh. All right. Well, let's keep going and look out for more drawn driders, and in case some of them aren't impaled.
Yeah, we figured it would be a good idea to keep the troll behind.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You guys had a troll?
Yeah. He was, remember when we accidentally released a troll from that trap?
Yeah.
He made a fine ally.
Yeah, exactly. We've managed to broker something of a peace between him and the dwarves, and he was really key to taking back the island.
Once we convinced him not to eat us.
Yes. He did want to eat us for a while.
Well, we are, to be fair, delicious.
Gross.
And he is a troll.
As you guys walk down the street, you spot something up ahead. It appears to be a drow, face down on the ground, wearing some fancy drow light armor, and a cape. And the cape is kind of covering its head. Basically, it looks like it kind of fell forward on the ground and the cape flipped over.
I'll try to flip that over and try to figure out maybe if I find out what killed this thing.
Okay. You just flip the cape away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you flip the cape away, you can pretty plainly see that this drow, this person's skull, has been crushed as though it had been put in a big vice. In essence, the jaw has been smashed into the rest of the skull, which is also cracked.
So, again, more like something with a giant hand and less like a blunt force weapon.
Yeah. If you spend more time looking at it, you also find at the top of the skull a hole, which is, big enough that you can easily, if you wanted to, stick your thumb through it. There's actually a couple of them.
As if it was made with a giant claw or something?
Or is it a fang?
Seeing as how there's two evenly spaced ones, and then the bottom is crushed, you would imagine that, yes, something bit this drow in the head and crushed its skull.
Huh.
So based on my previous experience with biting, and my general level of strength and perspicaciousness, how large and or powerful do I expect whatever bit this creature to be?
I mean, from the size, from the bite, and from the spacing of the holes, you would imagine that whatever did this, their head is probably about 3 times as large as a human's head.
Does it look serpent-like or animal-like?
No, you would imagine this is some sort of, again, judging from the bite, some sort of mammal, like a cat or a dog.
With razor-sharp teeth 16 inches long.
Yeah. And, a massive musculature to bite like that. So you would expect whatever it is has a huge head and probably a massive neck.
Can we roll a nature to figure out what that might have been?
We can sure
Sure.
try. Shall I do so?
Yeah, if you want.
I will.
While Sakar is checking this out, there are other dead drow around. This is just the
Assist.
first one you run into.
Yeah, I'll look at some of those other
Dude.
ones to see if they also seem to be eaten by the same giant animal, or if there's other signs of death.
Okay.
If they seem
What'd you roll, Matthew?
41. Cat assisted, so I think a 43 if he bumped me at all.
Yeah, I mean, there are only so many things that could have done something like this. You would imagine something like a dire wolf, maybe a warg, or some kind of like dire and or infernal hyena type monster. Or
We should
something that can,
probably be
or
on the lookout.
any of the thousands of things in the world that can change shape to become one of those things.
Mhm.
When the rest of you guys go to check out the other corpses, no, actually, most of them died of like severe blunt force trauma, like something hit them really hard with like something really big, like a big mace or a log or a hammer maybe.
The creatures that fought us that could control the animals, what sort of animals were those? Do you remember? There were two of them and they were
Oh, yeah,
jerks.
they were like giant wolves. Would those be big enough to have done this?
bounty hunters?
The mercenaries.
Yeah, those wolves would have been potentially big enough to do this. Yeah.
Did either of them carry a blunt force weapon?
No, I think you guys ended up with like an archer and a kind of sorcerer type, and killed everyone else. So if they went on a recruitment drive, maybe.
Well, whoever they are, they're probably on our side. So I say we keep going and hope that they cleared the way for us.
Did the drow have
Yeah.
any iconography on them?
Yeah, they are very clearly Lol's troops.
Okay. I apologize if you mentioned that and I glossed it over.
Nope. I probably should have mentioned it earlier, but got caught up talking about bite strength.
Mhm.
Reasonable.
As
As
per
happens.
usual. Yeah. So you guys carefully continue down the way. Fortunately, if you want to move towards the fire and move towards the lighthouse, they are both in the same direction. So after a while, you can see the fire. You can see one of these buildings, a particularly tall one, is just fully ablaze. Like just a full raging fire. Like chunks of the facade have already fallen off. Just, the whole thing is just like this big orange rectangular prism, essentially, just glowing and letting off tons and tons of smoke into the air.
Mhm.
There's
Even
there's
the
no
roof?
chance that would happen to be the prison that we were going to at one point, is there?
No. You guys are, judging from where the tower is, you guys are very, very far away from where you guys started. The
Okay.
prison was presumably in the same district. So, no, you guys are just somewhere else. As you continue to approach, you basically clear another block of buildings. And you see a lot more drow corpses, and these ones much more close together. And from what you can tell, fresher. As you maybe look at these and look around from behind the burning building, you see a creature kind of come out. It has a big, like a big giant shovel. And it is also dragging a barrel that appears to have maybe some coal in it. This creature is a gnoll, so it's a humanoid. It is a digitigrade, so it actually walks on its toesies like a dog or a hyena would, and has the head of a hyena, which you would estimate to be about 3 times the size of a human head. Even though this thing is medium sized, it has a massive head.
And large enough to bite off a drow's head?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, definitely.
It's not fangs for foes, though.
It is, in fact, fangs for foes.
That's what I was thinking.
And she'll wave like, Fangs, good to see you.
Fangs lets go of the barrel, starts walking to you, and starts wielding the shovel like she's going to smash you with it, and until she gets about maybe 15 feet away from you guys, and she stops and smells the air. And is like, "Oh, hey guys."
Hey. There's nice handiwork.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, these guys really didn't see us coming.
No, I can't imagine. How long have
Did
you
you
been
see that guy I
gone
put up there?
Hmm?
You see that guy I put up there?
The Drider? Yeah, that was amazing. How'd you get him up there? Or her up there?
I was the old one, too.
Nice. Impressive.
Thanks.
Where's your partner?
Yeah, where's Alusha?
Oh, he's over by that other building. And she points at nothing. I was like, oh, well, that space over there used to be another building and we burnt it down.
How long have you been, when did you leave the rectory?
Week ago, maybe.
Nice. Well, really glad to see more friendly faces here. We're trying to make our way to the tower.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but when you walk in a direction, sometimes it changes.
Yeah, it's super obnoxious.
That.
We're horribly lost.
If you went back that way, it won't be that way.
We did kind of find that out the hard way.
We have found out that the tower, the lighthouse, is generally the only beacon of direction around here.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, Alusha figured out how to get around, but I find it very confusing, so I just do what he says.
Well, if he knows how to get around, we would love to hear his advice.
There's just a terrible noise as the maybe top 2 stories of that building collapse. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, I was saying if he knows how to get around, we'd love to talk to him.
Oh, yeah, he's just over there.
Great. How'd you guys know to come here?
This is probably a human told us. It's maybe this tall, skinny, wearing all black.
Yeah. All right. Great. Sloth's Ninja Network did its job.
Anyway, I gotta monitor this building. Apparently, we're not allowed to let this spread. So.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Alusha then. Enjoy.
Okay.
Have fun.
Thanks. You too. And she actually walks over and there's a bunch of fiery debris, and she will crack through the cobblestones and then get at the dirt beneath and put a bunch of dirt on it to prevent the fire from spreading away from this building.
Nice.
And yeah, you guys walk around and sort of in the same general little courtyard area. There is the husk of a building. There's just some beams left and just a huge pile of kind of white gray ash. And standing by it, also with a shovel of his own, you see Alusha, who looks like the same type of Kenku as Little Sparkle, except he's a boy and, has a shovel.
She'll Veluche, good to see you.
Oh, hey.
You're
I
doing
thought you guys
excellent
would
work.
be all the way to the tower by now.
We're horribly lost. But Fang says you know how to get around.
Oh, yeah. I could tell you guys how to do that here in a bit. As you guys approach, he tosses his shovel at Sakar. Hold up for me, big guy.
Catch it. Awesome.
Okay. He reaches into basically into his backpack, which he has slung down to only one shoulder, and pulls out a little box. It kind of looks like a very, very plain, like jewelry box that's made out of, metal, probably some alloy, like some like kind of iron-based alloy. No markings on it or anything. He opens it up, and there is a light that comes out of it. There's a little red flickering flame, and he holds the thing out and just kind of gently tilts it, and the flame falls out of it. But before it falls all the way onto the ash, it stops about maybe 5 inches above it, and then begins to move upward, and the ash begins to form into a mound beneath it at the same speed as it goes up. And once it gets to, and you can see it like draw ash in from the other place. It's not like it's making more ash. And once it gets to a certain point, some of the ash begins to fall away from the mound. And by the time it's, maybe about, we'll say probably like about 5 feet, little under 6 feet away from the ground, the flame, the ash has fallen in such a way that a rough humanoid shape is beneath it, formed out of the ash, which then starts to move and basically brings its hands together like it's like in a standard kind of prayer kind of gesture, and the ash falls away, or rather the outer ash falls away, revealing a sort of like perfectly sculpted human body, except for the head, which just has like a little flame where the head should be. It is thin and muscular, and is wearing some like a robe over its shoulder, which is also made of ash, and then down to like some wide skirts down. You recognize it as a monk's sort of attire.
What is that?
Huh? Oh, this is like, those things that your friend did. What's his name? Seven Owls.
Oh.
He pulls another one out and does the same thing, and he just kind of starts doing the same thing.
When did Seven Owls learn how to control flame?
Huh. Yeah, so he did. When he was at the rectory, because it wow. It's all kind of coming together very oddly. I wonder if we'll find I don't know, some very useful squash.
Well, squash is always useful. You can boil it, you can fry it, and of course the flowers are good
if
to
you
eat
put
as
some
well.
cheese in it and fry them.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes for good noodles.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I meant more useful in a combat situation.
Combat, sort of way.
Oh, combat squash. So, looks like the whole gang's back together here.
Yeah. It's been eventful.
Yeah. Wouldn't I guess I don't envy you having to have gone through that. Whatever that was, doesn't look like you guys. You're a little worse for wear here.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to rest up, we are pretty sure we got everyone in this district. So
Yeah, that would be great because we had multiple fights with wraiths and all sorts of having to run around and deal with nonsense.
We still have people waiting on us.
The second flame thing like finishes up, and they both walk over to Aluche, and he like also does a prayer and says, "Please establish a perimeter." And they kind of bow to him and start moving outward towards the district.
Matchstick monks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When he first showed us to do them, I thought a good name for them would be Candleheads, but he got really upset at me for some reason. So
we dealt with things called that before.
Oh, really? What are they?
They were void beings. They kind of had like a melty head and.
Do you know how a candle melts towards the center?
Yeah.
Their head
that doesn't sound intimidating
like
at all.
That.
Melted halfway down, and a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds awful.
It kind of was.
Well, these guys are on our side. Ostensibly, Seven Owls is controlling them, but we can't really communicate with them through them. So, also by now he's probably controlling 24 of them. So, we kind of have this theory that eventually they're going to start decaying, but so far he seems to be able to hold them together.
That's impressive.
Well, if we want to verify that it's him, I have a way to do it.
Oh, yeah? I mean, he gave us these flames, so I'm pretty sure they are him.
Let me verify. Zakar walks towards one of them and says, "If only I could find my focus."
It, like, stops and, like, just kind of absentmindedly reaches to its waist as though it was trying to find a flask, and then kind of, like, snaps back into attention and walks away.
They're his, all right.
I don't know what just happened, but okay. Well, we've taken over that building over there, so if you guys just want to take some time and rest up, I gotta check in with Fangs and see how she's doing on that building over there.
That sounds good. I appreciate it. Glad we met up.
Yeah, no problem. We'll be in here in a little bit. We just gotta, make sure we get enough of these guys going to, cause a significant, distraction here in the middle.
Did you guys come with anyone else?
Yeah. There's a bunch of some of those little baby wizards, but they're back at the beachhead.
What about the Armada?
What Armada? Oh, you mean all of that hodgepodge of ships? Yeah. That's where we came in through.
Okay.
How long would we have to stay in order to regenerate anything and everything?
8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah, I think you can probably push it to 6 hours.
Yeah, it's 6 hours.
Yeah, it's 6 hours. So if you take the absolute minimum 6 hours, you can get all of your points and hit points and powers back.
How long do we estimate we've been on the island at this point?
At this point, you guys have probably been on the island about maybe 20 hours.
So we're probably pretty beat.
Oh, yeah. If you think about it, if you actually stop to think about whether you're tired or not, your knees, immediately buckle. Like, you guys are wiped. You've just been too stressed to really realize it.
We have to rest.
Well, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Won't be much good if we get there exhausted.
Agreed.
Yeah, take it easy.
She'll like lay out a bat leg and then just pass out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys walk into that building, which, there's, it smells like maybe some people have been stabbed here, but otherwise seems pretty clean. And you guys can just set up a bedroll and go to bed.
The comfortable home-like smell of stabbing.
Yeah. So everybody goes to sleep?
Well, no.
We'll need someone to watch.
Well, some of us don't sleep.
Yes.
Well, yes.
I would say if we want to watch and we're only doing 6 hours, then it's Randus and Orem on watch because they don't actually sleep currently.
Correct.
There we go.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to sleep except for Orem, who meditates, and Randus, who goes into power saver mode. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Recharging.
Hibernate.
Since the two of you are awake, do you do anything? As long as you're not like moving around too much.
I think largely just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
Play solitaire.
Yeah, you guys see a couple of those matchstick monks walk by, like every once in a while, and eventually Fangs and Alushe come in. Oh, actually, before that happens, everybody's woken up when that building finally fully collapses. It makes a lot of noise, but once you guys ascertain that that's what happened, you can go back to sleep. And then eventually Fangs and Alushe come back and just hang out. They make some food.
Do you need any help?
Huh? Oh, no, don't worry. We'll have this ready by breakfast.
Okay. Need anything, just let us know.
Okay. You guys just sleep, or I guess whatever you do.
Okay.
So, you guys sleep, and eventually Alushe and Fangs have made a stew.
I will have a small bowl. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's like fish stew.
Oh, lovely. Well, it's much better hospitality than I was expecting here. Thank you.
Oh yeah, these guys actually have lots of supplies around here. It's we're kind of trying to run and gun though, so we can't really carry too much. So we figured, hey, might as well use it up.
So how many forces or people are here?
Well, I counted about 10 ships that were like random ships. There's a couple of dwarven landers, plus a barge, and then just one kind of one other ship, which is what we came in. So we're talking like 5 volunteer mages and then Fangs and me.
And where on the island did you guys make landfall?
Up north, in the beachhead.
Did you see ships of the Resistance?
Yeah.
10 ships, 2 dwarven landers, a barge, and then our ship.
I'm glad everyone seems to have converged around the same time. It was not clear that would happen, what with the temporal distortions.
I guess they're kind of working in our favor so far.
And are you in any kind of communication with those other forces?
Not really.
Okay.
We figured we would run around and saw some chaos since we were pretty fast moving. And this is a good opportunity to get some troops on the ground. Since he points at his backpack, we can just make troops. And then we can try and maybe pincer in something or someone. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Do we need to check in with
Salak?
Yeah, Saloth.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea considering he seems to have been coordinating part of this. She'll pull out his fetter.
Okay.
And
he appears.
say, Sloth, nice work.
Oh, that's a good trick. Sloth looks around, says, what do you mean?
Well, I've heard that a bunch of your kids have kind of rallied the troops.
Good. I'm glad that we were able to do that in a timely manner.
Are you in? Did any of them come here?
Yes, there's a couple of them here that came with the landing party. So last time I checked in, they were up north where all of the fighting's happening.
Oh, great. Well, we're gonna try to still stick with the plan and head towards the tower. Unless you have heard anything that requires otherwise reinforcements.
Well, I doubt that point of egress is going to hold forever. But if I understand your plan, you guys spending time fighting there would be pointless. Eventually, enough ships will get back and enough troops will gather that the invasion will be repelled. They're just buying you time.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, if you hear anything that changes anything, let us know. But otherwise, we're going to press forward.
Very well.
And thank you again.
Oh, he nods and disappears. I guess when he nods, he goes, and then disappears.
All right. Do you want to... she'll look to the dwarves and to... they're still passed out.
Yeah.
Do you want to... she'll look to Aluche and Fangs then. Are you planning on sticking around this area, or do you want to press forward with us?
No, we're moving on, and
okay.
It's probably best if we don't stick with you guys.
That's fair. Do you want some undeads murdering dwarves, or otherwise we'll take them with us?
I think we'll be able to move faster on our own.
That's fair. Can we get one of those little matchstick monks, though?
Yeah, I guess. You guys probably itching to go, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta use the time unless there's anything that you think we should, we need to do or see before we press on.
No, he pulls out some paper. He's like, okay, I'm gonna teach you guys how to navigate the island.
Oh, great.
And he writes out an equation. It's got a bunch of different variables and some numbers and some constants. And it's it's not the most complicated equation ever, but it's pretty complex. And he holds it out for someone to grab.
I wonder who would be good with complex equations.
Sakar takes it.
Okay.
And
Sakar takes it.
Rentis.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I get it now.
Yeah. So, okay. This is the distance. So this variable is your distance from the tower.
Oh.
This is the time of day. And this is the cardinal direction. And then here you would plug in this one here would be a number that corresponds to the district you want to go. If you want to go to the tower, it's 0.
Oh, excellent.
Right? So once you figure all this out, this will tell you which cardinal direction you need to, basically which cardinal direction border you need to cross to get to the district that you input here.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Yeah, guys, shall we do this then?
Yes, let's.
Let's get going.
Thank you for the hospitality. Good luck.
Yeah, no problem.
Good luck.
The dwarves wake up. Huh? Are we going? Was there food?
Yeah, there's some stew.
Yeah.
They like grab some stew. They're like, well, let me get you one of these monks.
Oh, thank you.
And he goes out and comes back with one, just kind of sitting there, or it just kind of stands like in a relaxed but attentive position. So when you want to give them an order, do the motion and be very respectful.
All right.
He's like, again, goes into like that prayer gesture and says, please follow and protect them. The monk bows. And, everybody goes outside because these guys aren't staying. And they're like, okay, so you want to try it out? You want to plug in some coordinates and see if you do it right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We want to go to the tower, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That makes us kind of ignore this bit. And yeah, I think if we go this way, we should start getting there.
Yeah. When you plug it all in, the number or the direction that you get says negative north.
Okay.
Alusha looks over your shoulder. Oh, that means you can't get to where you want to go from this district.
Oh, okay.
So if you get some sort of impossible number or direction, that means you can't get there from this district. But if you can essentially head in this direction, so negative north, that would be 45 degrees. So if you head east, you should be able to get to a district that will get you to the tower.
Okay. Thank you.
Just make sure you don't spend so much time there that the time of day changes. Otherwise, you have to plug everything else back in.
Yeah, fair enough. We should get going then.
Agreed.
Okay. Have fun.
Thank you again. Yeah.
Thanks. Good luck.
Thanks. Oh, hey. Assuming everybody, assuming just the two of us make it out alive, my offer stands. Sparkle.
She'll nod. I'll be like, I'll definitely be in touch.
All right. And him and Fangs start turn around and start jogging, and then they go from a jog to a sprint and just run out of the district, and a bunch of those monks fall into line and basically run behind them.
All right.
And then you guys start hearing explosions and stuff.
That would have been disconcerting once.
Many things would have. So, do we have to order the monk to come with us, or is it?
I was told follow and protect, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try walking away and see if it follows.
Yeah, once you walk, once you're 15 feet away from it, it falls into step with you guys.
All
right. You guys walk out of the district.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are we fully recharged then?
Yep. You guys had a full rest. Your action points reset to 1. Your healing surges are maxed out. Your hit points are maxed out. And your encounters and dailies come back.
All right. We're ready to get torn to shreds in the next district.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah.
All right. You guys head to the next district?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
The 8 of us move on.
When you walk into the next district, it still smells like smoke and blood. But this is probably different smoke and blood.
It's the probably that makes it funny.
Yeah, the first thing you see that really lets you know that something is different is happening here is there's a pretty tall sort of like walkway bridge, and it has something stuck to it. It's a ball of spiky blue shards, probably about 10 feet in diameter. And it's just stuck to this thing.
Can we tell what the shards are made out of?
They appear to be made of ice.
Oh, maybe this is Dalin's doing.
Seems likely, given his gourd.
You guys hear some like explosions and screams in the distance.
I'll
What
try to
place was Dalin protecting, did you say?
snap stab. So maybe we got some goblins here.
All right.
Let's find out.
I suppose.
How about
Kinda.
Randus? Plug in the new numbers.
Yep. Double check the numbers and determine where we should go from here.
Okay. You need to go north.
North this time.
Which side of the district are we on?
You just walked in through you're heading east, so you're on the west side of the district.
I didn't know if the east could end up on the north.
So just turn around. I don't think we'd be that lucky.
So we should head north.
We head north.
All right. As you guys head north, you see a lot more of the buildings in this district, which almost none appear to be residential, have been pretty close to demolished. They're either smoldering or they look like they've been smashed. There are you guys are pretty soon starting to find goblin corpses, some dwarf corpses, and some pirate corpses. And they're either like frozen or burnt or just have like a giant javelin through them.
By pirate, you mean?
Gith?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
That's Pegleg Jimmy. You know that guy.
Oh.
All right. Well, these guys are buying us time. Let's use it wisely.
All right. You guys continue moving north.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. As you continue moving north, like some dwarves like run past you heading in that direction as well. They're like fully armored and armed. And moving away from you are a couple of or rather coming towards you from the opposite direction are two more dwarves with a stretcher. And there's a human in it and it looks like super messed up.
Oh man,
Is it
that
a
guy
human
looks
we
super
recognize?
messed up.
Do they look like a wizard?
They look like a pirate.
Mm.
Mm.
Out of the way, boyos, out of the way. Taking him to triage.
I should probably hurry along.
Agreed.
Okay. You guys continue north.
Yep.
Yes.
Eventually it becomes overwhelmingly obvious that you guys are moving towards the front line.
Mm.
And at this point, just giant balls of fire are like starting to fall pretty close to where you guys are at. Lightning bolts, ballistas. There's like a fully operational Gatling gun up on a building. And you guys are just seeing, a row of built up fortifications that are either made out of like hastily put together chunks of buildings, but very well hastily put together chunks of buildings because dwarven masonry, as well as some fortifications made of ice. And they'll just like dwarves and goblins and a few humans and a couple of wizards just like basically throwing like hatchets and Molotov cocktails and stuff into the Asmodean line, which pretty clearly has at least a handful of clerics and definitely a couple of Gelugons, which are like bug-like ice demons.
Does it look like, I guess, either that there's a way that we could slip through, or that way that we can like find someone who's in command to help us make a push?
Yeah, you
to
can
slip
find
through?
You can find someone on command. There's a dwarf that looks pretty in charge, and he's like shouting. He's like, "You cover that flank, and you jump over there, but not wait. Okay, now jump over there." Like, let's go, boys. We got a war to win. Also, ladies, we got a war to win.
Then I'll dark over and be like, Commander.
Oh, little Sparkle.
Hi. Do I know this guy when I see him, or?
Yeah, you recognize him from the dwarf war, but you don't know who he is.
She'll nod. We're trying to make our push into the next district.
I see. Well, you should probably go back to the command tent. They're going to be able to give you the best information so far. We're just trying to hold the line here.
All right, which way is the command tent then?
Just back that way, basically point south.
All right, Godspeed.
Checking
Thank you.
the time.
Yeah, it's changing, but you probably still have a window.
Okay. All right. Still north so far, but yeah.
You can figure it out again if we need to.
Yeah.
We'll make it quick.
Also, make a quick copy of that for the commander.
Okay.
If they haven't figured it out yet, that's
appointments.
probably going to be helpful.
You guys get to the command tent. In the tent, there is a dwarf who you recognize as Captain Otto Gemhand. He is blonde, has a big, bushy blonde beard that ends in 2 braids. And he has like the symbol of the Raven Queen burnt into his forehead. There is also a hobgoblin here, kind of just very unappealing, like greenish skin, red eyes, wearing some pretty nice looking black armor. And then also there's like a really dweeby looking wizard, and they're like looking over some reports when you guys walk in. And when you guys walk in, they'll look at you, and Otto's like, "Hey, everybody. Looks like... Wait, aren't you guys supposed to be at the tower?"
We're working on our way out. We got
We're
lost.
working on it.
Oh, okay. The hobgoblin like narrows his eyes and is like, "So after a day, you're back to where you started?"
There's been
like,
some
actually, we're slightly better than when they started, because from my intel, they never even made it to the beach. So there you go.
This is true.
Accurate.
All right, so what's the plan, kids?
Brandis has the equation for how to travel through the districts. We know how to get to the tower. Unfortunately, at this point in time, that is on the opposite of your front line. So if we can find some way to get through the front line within the next however long, we can get to the tower and start climbing. Otherwise, we're going to have to recalculate. But Randus has the, again, has the equation for how we can get around here, and you may be able to use that to push as well.
Yeah. He takes it and hands it to a goblin and says, make copies of that. Give it to every officer. Well, getting you past the front line isn't going to be a problem. There's actually lots of tunnels and access areas in this beach and or in this dock area that lead to the other side. We haven't used them yet because we don't have the numbers to execute a pincer maneuver. That's what we sent that those two, let's say, mercenaries to try and build up something and then bring it back for a pincer.
Yeah, we just encountered them. They were the ones that gave us the intel on how to navigate.
Well, I'm glad they figured it out. That should help. Yeah, we can. We are pretty well entrenched here. We made it, as you can see, we made it out of the docks and have now pushed pretty deep into the district. They're holding us back because they still got those rotating slug throwers up on the up high, but we have been discussing, and the hobgoblin nods and looks very proud. We are going to try to affix those ice spike balls to a dwarven trebuchet and see if we can get enough distance on them before they get destroyed. So hopefully that'll take care of it.
That sounds reasonable.
Sounds fun,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah, it's been it had been a while since I'd been in like an open warfare, and then it's just one after the other, but I guess it's just the times we live in.
A little too exciting for anyone's good.
Yeah. Well, are you guys all patched up? Do you need any healing or food or anything?
No, we're able to get a good night's sleep in the area that Alusha and Fang secured.
Okay. Well, I'll walk you guys over to our scouts, and then they should be able to take you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
He looks at the other two. And yeah, when Little Sparkle says good luck, the wizard like waves, and the hobgoblin acknowledges it. And then Otto leads you out of the tent, and you guys see like about half a dozen dwarves rolling a big old trebuchet down the beach, or not down the beach, but down the way. There really isn't much actual beach. You guys are kind of in a like terraced area, which kind of sucks because clearly these guys did most of their fighting uphill, but the front line now is like a little bit farther out, so that's on a slightly more even terrain. And yeah, as you guys walk in the direction that Otto is leading you, you see a pair of goblins standing by one of those big ice spheres. And they walk over. There's a hobgoblin over by it. They like salute him. He salutes back. He like waves over a bugbear who pulls a lever, and the spheres, like the pokey ice spheres, opens like as though it had, basically there's like a hinge on it. So it opens down the middle, like, I don't know, like, like an egg you get at a vending machine. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And there appears to be a metal mesh that's holding the sphere shape underneath. And the goblins like turn to face, they end up facing you, although they're not necessarily meaning to face you specifically. And they like continue saluting, and the bugbear picks one of them up and flings him into the sphere, and then picks up the other one, flings it into the sphere. Thing closes and starts to roll in the same direction as the trebuchet. We're still doing good, but we're rapidly losing troops. Apparently, Shunp back there only brought a couple million goblins with him, so we don't expect that we're going to last all that much longer.
Yeah, the fact that is only is baffling, but I understand. Well, we're going to try to, now that we know where we're going and have rendezvoused with you guys, we're going to try to make a rush for it and hope that we can get us something to make this all worthwhile.
All right. Well, we should be able to, even if we have to retreat, we should be able to hold this pretty well. So hopefully you guys can get that done and we can pull back and it'll all be fine. He gets you guys to the scouts. It is 2 goblins. They're like, they need to get past the front. So take them down that northeast tunnel that you guys discovered, and do it as quickly as you can. And the goblins salute him, and then they salute you guys. And he's like, say, you wouldn't mind leaving Gert and Fitzy here, would you?
No, if you think that they could help you with the support, please. That would probably be safer for them.
He goes, all right, you two, report back to your commander. And they like salute you guys and say good luck, and then move away. Like, what about that thing?
The matchstick monk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, you'd probably, again, be more useful to you than us at this point. So here, you can use it to set some fires.
Oh, that'll be good. You have to, like, talk to it, though.
Yeah. So she'll say, please hold the line and defend these forces. And she'll give it a little bow.
Yeah, it bows and starts moving towards the front line. All right. It's like, okay, well, yeah, you guys will hopefully get past the front line pretty easily, and you won't have to deal with any of that. And when he says that, you guys all hear this noise, which you can tell is like flapping. And it's loud enough flapping that it's, kind of still getting to you with all the noise and the fighting that's happening. And when you look up towards it, you see an angel. It is like a humanoid. It's wearing some black armor. Its skin is like bright white, like like just completely white. It doesn't have a mouth. It appears to have some sort of metal thing embedded into one of its eyes, and a pair of bright, sort of brassy colored chains wrapped around its chest, so basically making an X over its chest. It is also its left arm is what you would expect its left arm would look like. It's a normal humanoid arm holding a sword. Its right arm is a mechanical arm, very similar to one of Randus's models. Considering how far away this thing is from you and how clearly you can see it, you would imagine this thing is at a bare minimum huge, like D&D huge. So, it's like 3 stories tall. And it's just kind of gets to a point probably pretty close to the front line and just kind of hovers there. And Otto looks at you guys and smiles and says, you need to go. You need to go now.
I think you're right. Time to hustle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh,
And
that's
as you do, Otto turns around and starts barking orders.
Ooh, it sounds like a good place to cut it this week. Oh, don't want to come across any of those angels. They sound like bad news. Anyway, thanks everybody for downloading and checking us out. You're all awesome, even you. And we'll be back next week, and until then, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.